Hey guys, Christina Ricci. If you want more pars, join me for one of my more pars camps. I'm here at World Woods in Brooksville at the awesome Pine Barrens course. Super challenging, amazing. Today we're going to talk about impact, all right? And this is for driver or fairway, all right? A lot of players struggle with actually what to do with their wrist. Should they get their knuckles down? How much do they bow? All right, how do you get your trail arm in front? All right, because if you don't, you'll oftentimes get this trail elbow behind and you'll get steep, you'll pull it, your contact is chunky, just no good. Instead, let's get you solid by really understanding what to do with your wrist, what to do with your trail arm, get that elbow in front, get your arm in front of your torso, because that's key. All right, so we really need to get your arm structure in front of your torso and then help you, once you do that, to release the club, because a lot of players feel like the club is dead open when they try to get their arm structure in front of their body. They're not sure how to hit the ball from there. So I'm going to clear up any misconceptions and show you some great feels to get you there. You ready? Let's get to it. All right, so I think a lot of players, ball striking would improve if you focus on what I'm about to share. All right, a lot of players really struggle with kind of early releasing the club or holding on with his trail hands underneath, so not really closing the club face. So the club face comes in open, or they early release and the club works left too soon. All right, so if that sounds like you, we got to get your trail arm, or really your arm structure, in front of your body. All right, so you have the freedom to swing out to the right and then release the club with lightning hands. I like lightning hands to release the club, all right, because it's a quick move, very quick, but you have to be poised to do it. In other words, you have to have everything kind of in place to get that proper release, which means you got to get your arm structure in front of your body, and then you're going to be able to release that club. Now, if you're a player that doesn't have a lot of rotation, all right, so if you're a player that is quiet here, all right, you are going to have more forearm rotation, all right? You can still get your arm structure in front, but you're going to feel like your release is more waist high to waist high. All right, if you're a player that has some rotation with your lead hip, all right, I have 50 degrees of lead hip rotation. I'm able to get some side bend here. I can really work on getting my trail arm in front of my body and getting this hinge pattern, knuckles down, and then releasing the club. So I feel, not from the top here at the bottom, that my knuckles are going down at the bottom. All right, so I have to feel, even to get a little bit of that, like I'm doing this. All right, that I'm literally dragging the club through and I'm pushing the ball down the fairway and I'm finishing like this. Even though I know I'm nowhere near it, but that's the feeling I gotta have. So I feel like my release is way out there, all right, because I have enough rotation in my body to support that. So you gotta really match up your release pattern. That's important. Your legs are kind of quiet, you're going to really want to feel like you keep your chest back so you can release the club, all right? Because if you have quiet lower body but your upper body's a little active and then you try to release, you can't, you're going to get roadblocked. So if you're a player that doesn't have a lot of lower body rotation, all right, you're going to feel like you're back here with your chest and you're really releasing out to right field. That's for a right-handed player. That's really important. So first base, pitcher being the target, you're the target. If you're a player that doesn't have a lot of rotation, you got to really get your back facing the target and swing out from here and have a waist high to waist high forearm rotation, because you need time, all right? Because your body's not releasing the club. Your forearms, that's where you're generating your speed, and that's perfectly fine. If that's the case, I recommend a neutral or even a weak grip for that. If you go strong, you may hook it. I have a strong grip. I have some rotation in my swing. I'm feeling I'm getting that trail arm in front, so I almost feel like I'm skipping a rock. That's a great way to do it. Skip a rock. If you don't know how to skip a rock, just lead with your elbow joint. Let this be your guide. And then give me lightning hands for the release. But you got to get these knuckles down if you do that. Otherwise, you're going to struggle with rights, blocks, pushes. So I get asked a lot, at what point do you get your knuckles down? It depends. All right, some players like to do it from the top. I like to do it here, right here at the bottom. All right, I don't like to do it from the top. So whenever you do it, just get it done. All right, again, this is really for players that have some good rotation. If you're a player that doesn't have a lot of rotation, you're going to feel waist high to waist high release, a lot more forearm rotation. But either one, you got to come from the inside and swing out. All right, because remember, you're in motion, and that momentum will take you around. A lot of players get this way, and then they can't get their trail arm in front, and they get stuck. You guys see my little cart with my More Powers Academy on my cart? More Powers on the road. Indeedy. All right. So you can't do this enough. Knuckles down, elbow in front. You're going to feel like you're pushing the ball down the fairway. Pushing with a super fast lightning hands release as you push it. All right, so this is for players that have rotation. If you're a player that doesn't, you're going to feel like you have more of a forearm rotation, waist high to waist high. So really, you got to match up your release pattern with your body rotation. All right, either one, you got to come from the inside. You have to. So let me know if that all makes sense. If you have any questions, leave a comment. I'll be sure to answer in future tips. Right now, I'm going to go ahead and kill it.